I'm cool like that and you know that. And I don't move like that and you know that. And I'm straight from the bottom, you know that. And they ain't never had none and you know that. And you know that. And you know that.
Yo, man, I've been waiting for an opportunity to have you to come in and sit down where we can just have some dialogue, man, and just really just talk about who Vision is in the direction of your music, man. That's my first question for you after gig. It's like, who is Vision?
Vision, man. Vision is just, you know, an individual who's trying to build something, you know what I'm saying? You think of building an empire, you think about, you get bits and pieces, you put them together, and you make something bigger, you know what I'm saying? Something bigger than reality. Because what I mean by something being bigger than reality is everything is about more than what you can see, you know what I'm saying? So right now I might be at a place where people not really, you know, seeing me the full, you know, extent of who I am, and that's why I'm trying to, you know, continue to build, you know, my brand. So Vision is a visionary. I see things before it happens. You know, I walk by faith, not by sight. So
all right, man. And that's all right, man. How would you describe your sound, man?
Man, my sound is a global sound. It's a very prophetic sound. When I say prophetic, I mean in my music, you're gonna hear my past and present, and where I see myself in the future. Matter of fact, what God sees me in the future, and how I can find out where I'm going is by me just looking at things I've been through in my life. You know what I'm saying? And it just gives you, you know, increments and, you know, hints of why this is happening, why that is happening. So we all prophetic people, man, some way, somehow. So I feel like that's the perfect definition.
How do you stay grounded in your faith in such a wild industry, this music industry?
To be honest, man, it comes to a point where you gotta just get yourself in a place where you understand who you are and who, you know, God called you to be. And to break that down a little bit more, you gotta just understand your placement. And when you understand your placement, you will never want to get out of place. So yeah, you might be around, you know, you might be around certain things, but you won't allow it to contaminate. You think of a boat. A boat can be in water, but if it's not, like if it don't have no holes in the boat, the water can never get in. So you can just go anywhere and it'll just never, you know, affect you, you feel me? So I feel that's a perfect way to put it.
That's what's up, man. You know, I've been watching you, you know, do some of your speaking engagements. Some people may call it preaching or you know, watching your prophetic moves. I just want to know, like, how old are you? And, you know, when did you start rapping? Like, where did this all come from? And, you know, because it just seemed like you're so ahead of your time. Like, how old are you?
I just recently turned 19, man. And really, I just feel like what happened was, and how, you know, I got this way is, you know, some certain experiences, you know, that happened for me personally that made me, you know, want to really speak out and not just be an artist. And I would say I started rapping, man, if I can recall, I believe I was 9, and I think I first got in the studio at like 14. And ever since then, you know, I really just fell in love with just being able to record something and play it back. Even when I used to just record stuff on my phone, like my voice memo, you feel me? And just like, I just love hearing myself talk, like playing it back without me talking. And how I got on, you know, the level of, like, you know, preaching and stuff. Basically, you know, different, you know, ministries would see me and how I move, and they would invite me in. And so I would just be behind a pedestal and everybody just said I was a preacher, but I really never said that I was. I just, you know, speak out on what God tells me. Yeah, so.
Wow, man. 19. Yeah, that's deep, man. Okay, let's talk a little bit about where you're from. Like, what area, town, where you from?
Man, crazy thing is, man, when I say this, I promise you, y'all not gonna know where it's at, man. Like, y'all not gonna know where it's at, because, like, I'm from a super small town, man. Monticello, Georgia. I mean, you get in trouble in school, man. They know your personal, they know your grandma phone number, your auntie phone number. I got like 30 cousins in the class with me, man. Like, I'm just from the small town, man, where your dreams could really just be killed because it's not like a lot of visionaries. And I'm not down to my, you know, my town or nothing, because, I mean, I go back, you feel me, and I just love where I'm from. But, you know, it's just time for us to come up and see more. Yeah,
So what else do you do besides music, man, in your downtime?
Well, the crazy part is most people don't know that, like, most of the graphics you see, as far as like my mixtape covers or whatever, I do that myself, because it was a time where, man, I'd be on the internet and I'd be trying to find someone to make me some covers to like do my mixtape covers and stuff like that, and it was just like people be taxing like 200, and then they weren't even be that good. So I was like, man, how can I get on this myself? So I just started watching YouTube videos, and I got the hang of that. You know, I love to read, you know what I'm saying? I read a lot of books, man, a lot of like success books, success stories, and I like just the thought, you know what I'm saying, of being an entrepreneur. I just feel like it's, you know, magnificent, you feel me? So, yeah.
Oh, that's awesome, man. I guess kind of just do everything yourself, man. The less people you really have to worry about, you know, and just pass and making it to the top, man. But I know I've been watching you a couple of things on the internet, and I watch you, you know, some of the pieces that you have on, and you know, some of, you know, the things that you're rocking on some of your performance. Like who's your fashion inspiration, man?
Fashion inspiration, man. When I say these certain people, I don't necessarily agree with everything they wear. You feel me? Everybody have a plethora of things that they wear, but I would say someone who's different in style would be, you know, of course, you know, Kanye. Like when he drops stuff, people be like, what in the world? But then that same person about a month later probably wearing it. You feel me? So it's just people who come out the box, like right now, you feel me, how I'm dressed. I don't always dress like this. You know, I might put on some shoes that somebody didn't even think I'd be wearing. Like, I just like to switch it up. Like one day I'll be here like this, and then the next day you be like, dang, what is he doing? You feel me? So
okay, wow, man. Okay, who inspired you from like a music standpoint? Like what kind of playlist you have right now? Like what are you listening to? What's Vision rocking when he's working out in the gym, or when he's just sitting back meditating, just thinking on the next move? Like what's Vision listening to?
And to be honest, I gotta say the #1 person, because I rock with them as a whole and they whole walk in this music game, it would be, you know, people like Lecrae, you know what I'm saying? Bizzle. I remember my dad, you know, first put me on Bizzle, and I was like, man, this dude really, like, he really, what's that word, man? Radical when it comes, you know what I'm saying, his faith. And you know, I would say I'm radical with my faith, but I'm not necessarily gonna, you know, beat you across the head with the Bible, but I want you to know what I believe in. And some other people I love, you know, to listen to would be like people like Migos, because they set a standard, of rapping, and then everybody behind them started trying to rap like that. So I like people who set in trends, you feel me, all around. So
wow, that's awesome, man, because I just feel like to be able to minister, you gotta kind of be a type of person that can listen to a lot of different genres of music, and I also think that kind of helps your creativity too, and that's good to see that you're not just in the box. You know, I really can appreciate that. But thinking about being in the box and your style of music, like what made you take this route musically, considering, you know, that it's not the norm? I know we have like the Lecraes and stuff like that, but listening to your music, it kind of, to me, it kind of feels like, you know, I may be listening to some secular, or I may be listening to some kingdom music. Like, what made you take this path to kind of sit like in the middle of both genres?
Well, I would say, you know, at the brink of, you know, me trying to, you know, get into the studio, you know, at first I was kind of doing like, I called it borderline type music. Like, I was talking about, you know, money, stuff that I didn't have, you know, just really just expressing my dreams and goals through the music, but not really focusing on what's really happening in Vision's life. You know what I'm saying? What makes me who I am. So what helped me better, you know, put that together would be me more so, you know, talking about my faith and what I believed in. You know, I had an experience when I was like 12 years old. I think I was 12, 13, 14. I know, that's crazy. 12, 13, 14. I don't remember what age it was. But I had a spiritual experience, man. I'm talking about, I dropped on the ground, I fainted, and I just heard like the utterance of God telling me, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna travel the world and do music, man. And after that day, man, I couldn't, you can't go through something like that and not do the same thing. Like that's crazy, man. I had to change up.
Wow, man. And I can tell, like, when I'm listening to your music, like, you got a lot of passion in your music. And something else that stands out in your music that I love about your music is the production. So, I mean, with this new project that's out, the Vision Unplugged album, tell me a little bit about the production in it, and you know, just give us a little bit of that journey that it took you from getting to song 1 to the end of the album.
Right now, I'm actually working with 2 of the biggest producers in the world, man. For real. That's my brother. I'm gonna always say, you know, he's one of the best producers in the world. You know, my dad, you know, he's coming from the old school, but you know, he still do his thing, you know, mixing and mastering the projects, man. But as far as the beats, you know what I'm saying, just straight beats, like my brother, like he's making every beat, man. And I mean, he can come, my brother can really just go from pop to trap to, like, it's crazy, man, it's crazy.
Wow, when you say your brother, that's your brother, or it's just your brother's music? Like,
I feel. Yeah, a lot of people, you know, they say that's my bro, but nah, this my blood brother, man. Like, my brother for real, man.
Wow. That's awesome, man. So, let's go a little bit, let's travel forward and get past this project here. Like, what's in the future for Vision? Like, where do you see yourself in the next year, next 2 years, next 3 years? Like, what's that destination point for like your next 3 years? Like,
well, I know we're trying to get off the topic of the project, but this is going to help answer that question. Vision Unplugged, that whole name, Vision Unplugged, just means it's by the concept of not walking by, you know, sight, but we walking by faith. So with me saying I'm unplugging my vision, meaning I'm just letting God control the whole, you know, the whole way.
Wow.
So right now, my focus is getting more, you know what I'm saying, in my Bible, you know what I'm saying. I feel like the Bible, man, it's the gateway for no matter what you're doing. You in arts and entertainment, I mean, you a lawyer. I mean, no matter what you're doing, you focus on the Bible, man, it just gonna take you anywhere, you feel me? So.
Wow, man, that's awesome, man. But before we get out of here, I gotta know, like, what's some of the upcoming projects, like what's something that we can expect that's coming, like, in the near future from Vision? Like, any collabos and television, like what can we expect? Like, what's coming?
Oh yeah, I'm definitely on the acting scene. You know, we got a show cooking up soon. Y'all should expect that coming out. Can't say the name, really can't say much about that. But it's gonna be dope, it's gonna be crazy. And as far as people I wanna work with, you know what I'm saying, even on the production side and the artist side, I would say I definitely wanna work with Zaytoven, Metro, Sunny Digital, you know what I'm saying. Artist wise, and I gotta get something in with the Craig, man. I just heard something he had did with Few, 1K Few. Y'all know him, man. He's hot out of Atlanta, man. They got this song called Hammer Time. It's going crazy, man. I always wanted to do work with, you know, the Craig. And me and Few got something, you know, but we never released it, you feel me? But there's definitely a collab I want to do, man. Most definitely.
All right, man. Well, we appreciate having you, man. Thank you for taking time in your busy schedule to sit down and talk to us, man. And I know we're going to hear a lot more from you, man, coming up in the future, man. I pray that you allow God to continue to use you, man. We need more brothers like you out here, man, on the music scene that can kind of tap into the youth and kind of help build them up and help inspire them. So where can people find you at? Like, what's some of your social media and stuff like that?
You can find me on Facebook at I Am Vision. I know many of the youth really don't be on Facebook no more, but for my older viewers, I'm on Facebook at I Am Vision. I'm on Instagram at IAM.vision. The dot is a period. I gotta reiterate that. And then I'm on Twitter at forever_vision, capital F, capital V, man. And get that tape, man, on Spinrilla, Dat Piff, SoundCloud, Vision Unplugged, man. Unplug your vision that way.
All right, man. Thanks, Vision.
Keep doing donuts, shifting my gear. Quote the Bible, but you see, man, you live like a pimp. Misogyny, no respect. You see, I used to be him. Giuseppe stepping, I got weapons.